As a college student getting ready to graduate, I felt the stress of having to find a career and settle down and just have it all figured out. So I set out on a journey to find my perfect career. Instead, I found a ton of other people who still don't have it figured out and are doing incredible things in their careers and in their fields. Join me as we meet these individuals who have had great success, some planned and some not, but each agreeing on one simple aspect. Life's short, so don't rush. All right, this week's guest is going to be Kaleb Vinson. Kaleb, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so you're currently a sports bar manager, but less than almost a month ago, you were on the verge of playing semi-professional soccer. So take me through this story and this life-changing altar for you.
Well, I actually just ended up coming home. I went through the tryouts and everything. I was basically on the team, and then my loan for school didn't come through, so I just came home and going to community college for a semester. The kids to get back on straight, I guess, and yeah.
So is the end game for you still playing soccer?
It's one of those things where it's like, it's already hit me because I've played soccer since I was 4 years old. So it's always that's all I've done. I worked around soccer. My schedule for work has always been shaped around soccer practices. But I don't know. I just kind of got dealt with the fact that I'm probably not going to play ever again.
So this is kind of a quick turnaround for you. And like you said, you're still trying to deal with it. But take me through, because you were playing Division I soccer, that experience and how you went from high school to playing at an NAIA school, and then moving on to a semi-pro tryout and getting, doing pretty damn well.
Yeah.
So what was that Division I experience like for you?
NAIA is nothing compared to NC2A Division I. The competition is definitely the same, but the facilities wise, coming from a private high school, I literally had around the same type of facilities as my college did. So it was one of those things where I kind of went there, and the school is also 1,200 people, so it was around the same size as my high school. So it was one of those things where it almost felt like I was still in high school, but it's the experiences I got down there, with meeting so many international guys. We had Spain nights where all the Spain guys would cook food in Italy and all that. It was so cool. It was one of those experiences I would never give up.
And so what school were you at exactly, for the people who don't know?
Central Methodist University.
Okay, so what was the staff like compared to high school? I know the facilities, but do you think that the coaching staff that you had playing private was different in the D1 level? Was it more experienced?
Oh, 100%. We had one of our coaches my freshman year coach. He that's actually originally where I went. He ended up leaving my sophomore year, and then the team went downhill. But we were supposed to win nationals. We were ranked 1 for the whole season, and we ended up falling off. We got upset in the second round of nationals, which was a terrible beat. But it is what it is. And then he went to another school right after that. He's actually now at a Division II school, I think, in Kansas. But yeah, no, it was the staff. The staff was so much different. We had, and the workouts were way different. It was all athletic based rather than strength based workouts, and you just do stuff that you never thought you would do, stretching out every time.
Yeah. So I want to take a quick step back then. When you were in high school, did you always know that you wanted to play not professional, but in college? And what was your plan in high school? Was it to play soccer and get a degree, or was it to play soccer and eventually move that to a professional job?
Actually, I didn't think I was good enough to play college soccer in high school. I did make my team my senior year I don't know. I think personally the coach didn't like me that much because we had a bad reputation together. But I didn't make the team, and I was playing club soccer still. I was playing at a competitive club level, but I never really thought I was going to have the opportunity to play soccer in college. I always thought I was just going to go and get my degree.
Did you have a job that you pictured yourself doing?
Actually, it was an athletic training was what I wanted to do, and then I took anatomy and dropped it so fast. So now I'm an accounting major.
So when that's a little bit of a different job.
Yeah.
So when you went to school, did you think when you started playing soccer at the D1 level, okay, I think I can do this professionally, or was it still kind of a pipe dream for you?
I honestly, I have never semi-pro. I didn't even see myself doing semi-pro. Honestly, it was one of those things where I don't know. I guess I'm really hard on myself personally. I always think oh, I can't do that. But at the end of the day, obviously could, I guess.
Yeah.
It was really, I don't know. I don't think I could ever play professionally. I have a lot of my buddies, like some of my teammates. One of my teammates was on the Swedish national team for like the under 21s, and he was so good. One of those things where it's like I don't think I could ever compete at that level.
Yeah, I mean it's a completely different game the higher up you get, but even playing Division I NAI is a big step up from playing private and not making the high school team.
Yeah, literally.
Uh,
It's like Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, Jordan did. Yeah. Okay, so I want to know now, you're a current manager at a sports bar.
Yeah.
And you went back to school recently to finish your degree. So is that something where you see yourself going back to soccer now, or is it you see your life going in a different direction? Or
I see myself playing like small summer leagues, like men's leagues. Just like it's one of those things where just to stay fit at this point. And honestly, I still love it. Like I watch games all the time when I'm working and stuff, or even at home, and it's like, damn, like I miss it. Kind of like I wish I could go back, but
yeah,
it's just, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, it's one of those things like I would never give up the opportunity I had because I've learned so much from it, you know?
Yeah. So what advice do you give to people? I know this is probably more on a high school level for people who, especially athletes in high school, a lot of them don't play college sports. And when they have that last game they play, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, whatever it is, that emotional turmoil hits where like you come to the terms with it real fast, like, okay, I'm done. What advice do you give to athletes who are coming to terms with that?
I don't know. I don't know how. I just distracted myself the whole time. That's why I started working like 40 hours a week and just making sure I just could fill the time in I missed. But I don't know. It's one of those things where like you can't regret not doing it because at the end of the day, it's an experience that a lot of people don't get, you know? And there's always a positive to everything you have. That's the way I look at life, I guess. Like every time like something bad happens, there's always a reason, like another thing that good happened to you.
Yeah. Well, and you had phenomenal experiences, like you mentioned, with all the international guys and the friends you made along the way. So there is still that memories you can hold on to, but it is a different feeling when you're done with it. What advice do you give to people, especially students like now that are graduating and trying to figure stuff out, and you're kind of in the same spot, but what advice would you give to somebody?
You know, it's one of those things where like you have to take every moment in, and you got to be grateful for every moment along the way, you know, because I didn't know like 4 months from now, 3 months ago, I thought I was going to be playing this season, this fall season or spring season. And here I am now working at a sports bar back at home. But I mean, it's one of those things where I'm grateful for what I had the opportunity to have, you know, like there's a lot of people in the world that obviously don't get the chance to play at the level I did or the opportunity to even like get a view from that level, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that's great advice that you gave to everybody. Well, Kaleb, thank you so much for doing this episode with us. Where can the people find you online? You want to link some socials here?
You know, follow my Instagram, Kaleb.v_, Kaleb with a K.
All right. Thanks for doing this episode, Kaleb.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Don't Rush podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you find us, and join us next time as we continue our journey.